Dudes, guys, Bromios, Bromets, Brosefinas, how long it has been. And I apologize for the lack of uploads, but I'm making up for it with this video. And it's about this game you're looking at, Bloodstone 007, which, in my opinion, it's a really, really underrated game. I don't see a whole lot of coverage on it on YouTube. And it didn't get a whole lot of publicity when it was released back in November, a few months back. And I think it had to do somewhat with the release of Black Ops, but also, James Bond isn't too big of a series anymore, not as much as it used to be. But like I said, this is a really underrated game, and not a whole lot of people play it. Enough people play it to get a good match going almost all the time, but not a lot of people know about it. I don't see a lot of coverage on YouTube, so I thought I'd do just that. I thought I'd show you what this game's all about, and hopefully maybe convince you to buy it, because honestly, I think it's a really fun game. So let's get into this. Now, this game is a third-person shooter. The campaign is kind of a mix of third-person shooter and racing, but multiplayer is solely third-person shooter. And the way it works is you don't have complete classes. If you play Team Deathmatch, or any mode for that matter, you're going to spawn. In your spawn, there are different weapon cases. There's a shotgun case, an SMG case, a rifle case, and a sniper case. And based on what weapon you have selected in this menu right here, that's the weapon that's going to show up in any of the cases. So you always have the pistol with you. That's always equipped. That's your only secondary. And there's 3 different pistols. And then there's the gold and silver versions of those pistols. The same goes for every other weapon. There's 3 different shotguns, 3 SMGs, 3 rifles, 3 snipers, and gold and silver versions of those weapons as well. And you unlock the gold and silver versions by getting more kills with weapons in that class. And then every time you spawn at the beginning of a game, you're going to have an SMG, but if you pick up a rifle or a sniper or a shotgun or anything like that, you're going to be spawning with that weapon until you choose another. And I know this all sounds really confusing, but trust me, once you see some gameplay, which is coming up in a few seconds here, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I just have it set right now to what I like, all my weapons, and then you can also choose what character skin you want. You got the MI6, they're kind of the good guys, kind of the CIA of England, James Bond world, but I like to choose this guy right here with the beanie and the goggles. I just thought he looked the coolest. And then I like to choose this guy right here for mercenaries. Whatever character skin you choose doesn't have any effect on how your game goes, how the gameplay is. It's completely aesthetic. And then there's the MI6 for preferred team, or mercenaries for preferred team. I choose the mercenaries just because almost everybody chooses MI6, and right here, based on what based on what team you choose, that's the team that's going to place you on in a lobby. Most people like to choose MI6, so to balance it out, I usually click mercenaries, but you can also click any to just randomize it. So that works as well. I kind of switch between mercenaries and any. And then you also have stats, medals, kind of like accolades in Modern Warfare 2, and then you got leaderboards, just like any other game multiplayer would have. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys how this works so you won't be confused about anything, give you a little bit of a brief breakdown of how this game works, and I'll see you guys in the gameplay commentary. Alright, so this match is probably one of the best matches I've ever gotten on this game, and I actually just got it over the past few hours. I was playing with my buddy Taylor. We played a bunch of matches in a row, and we just completely raped. But as you can see, I jumped right out of my spawn and picked up the assault rifle, and that's exactly what I was talking about. You choose what weapon you want in the menu, and then you go and pick it up out of the case designated for that weapon. You may have seen the SMG case, the shotgun case, the sniper case, and the assault rifle case scattered throughout my spawn. And that's what I really like about this game, because there's no pause menu changing class. You just pick up what weapon whenever you want it, and I really like that. And it really adds to the uniqueness of this game. And one other thing that I find about this game that's very unique is the simplicity. Most games really aren't this simple anymore, and it's a shame, because usually those games are the most fun, honestly, because you see all these Call of Duty coming out, all these Call of Duty clones coming out, and they all have really complex menus and really complex perk systems, attachments, weapons, blah blah blah, and that can be fun, but simple is really fun most of the time. That's why I find myself going back to COD 4 a lot, because that's really where I have the most fun. especially when I'm just looking to game. I'm not looking for any frustration, anything that's gonna piss me off. Simple games are really the way to go, and this game definitely hits the spot in that regard. And that's why I've been playing it so much lately, because I'm just kind of tired of most other games. And even though this game may be simple, there's so many ways, so many different approaches you can take when playing. Like, assault rifles act as they should. They do really well at long range and kind of fail at close range. And SMGs act as they should. They are not too great at long range, but they're really good at close range. And that's how a game should be. You shouldn't be able to snipe people with a MP5K across the map. It doesn't work that way. And I really like that about this game. Shotguns are not overpowered. Actually, the shotguns kind of suck in this game, which is fine because I love shitty shotguns. Those are the most fun to use. I love using the Olympia in Black Ops. I love using the W1200 in COD 4. In this game, I love using the 12 gauge. That is my favorite shotgun to use. That's one of my favorite guns in the game to use. And yeah, I really like the different approaches you can take. And you may have noticed there's a cover system. I'm sure you've definitely noticed there's a cover system. And I really like that too. That adds a lot to the game. If there wasn't a cover system in this game, it may not be nearly as good as it is, because it just saves your ass a lot. It helps you get a lot of kills. And you may have noticed there's a little dot in the middle screen, a little gray dot. It may be hard to see, but you may be able to see it. I'm not sure. And that's a really powerful tool. I can't talk right now. That's a really powerful tool, because basically it'll show where your crosshairs are going to be the second you pop out of cover. So say you see a guy across the map and his head's kind of sticking up out of his cover. You can put that dot directly over his head, and the second he pops up, you can pop up too, and hopefully win the gunfight. Just hope that he's not doing the same thing on the other side. And that also makes it really fun for sniping. You can quickscope. It's actually really hard to quickscope in this game, but you can do it. You can have fun doing it with the dot, because it'll also show where your crosshairs are going to be when you're hip firing. And that's just little things like that add so much to this game and give it so much variety and uniqueness. And that's what I like. I like simple but unique. And I know I've said this so many times, but that's the reason I like this game so much, because of simplicity, but at the same time, the different approaches you can take, the different styles of play. And I guess if I could compare this game to anything, and even though I've never played it, I could probably compare it to Uncharted 2's multiplayer. Now granted, I've only seen videos of Uncharted 2 on YouTube, but I have seen a lot of them. Like, I've seen a very good amount of Uncharted 2, enough so that if I picked up the game right now, I could probably do really well. Maybe I could be completely wrong. You could pick up this game and say, oh man, Grizzlybeard completely fucking lied to me. This game is nothing like Uncharted 2. And if that's the case, then just let me know. If you think this game reminds you of Uncharted 2, if you've played it, let me know, because that's one thing I was kind of curious about is whether or not this is similar to Uncharted 3, because from what I've seen, this kind of reminded me of what I've seen on YouTube. And I could be completely wrong, like I said, but hey, you never know. And if you decide to pick up this game based off this commentary from whatever you've heard or seen from me, by all means do it, because the multiplayer learning curve is, within your first 4 or 5 matches, you're going to know exactly what you're doing. You're going to know how to play effectively. At least that was the case for me. I found out what my favorite weapons were right away. And at the same time, I had such a blast playing this my first few weeks. I actually got it for Christmas back in December, around the time it came out, and I'm still playing it right now. I play a huge variety of games, but this is one of my favorites. And there's a bunch of really cool things you'll discover. Like, you may not have noticed, but my beginning character skin was different from the one I have right now, and that's because I'm doing the best on my team. I'm the top player on my team. Basically, the way it works is, this guy I'm playing, I call him the Asian tourist. That's what my buddy and I call him. I don't really know his real name, but he's in the campaign. He's the main bad guy you're against as Bond. But if you're doing the best on your team, you'll play as him, and you don't get any kind of like beast mode or health boost or anything like that, anything special. But you will get a bonus XP at the end of the match if you finish off the match as him. So that's really cool, because if you're in a firefight, and the gameplay just ended, but I'm going to keep talking about it anyways. If you're in a firefight with somebody on the other team, and you kill him, and you, like, say you notice you just killed Bond, you know you just killed the best player on the other team. So that's a really cool aspect of the game. And there's still a few things I haven't really touched, but I can cover those in more commentaries. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this gameplay, by all means let me know, because I have so many more I can upload. I have a bunch of gameplays, and I do it instantly if you guys show that you really enjoyed it. Anyways, my name's Grizzlybeards, and I apologize for the lack of uploads lately, but I promise there's more on the way. I'm out.